Ow, ow, stop hitting me, okay? Look, ow. Okay, she's upset. She's upset. Everyone calm down. It's fine. See, the abuse in this relationship comes from the female side. That's what feminism has done to... No.
Anyways.
Anyway, so we're back. This is IvD Gaming up against Overdosed Gaming with Yogi stalling out. So, in the meantime, while we wait for Yogi to fix his internet, everything's Comcast overpowered. But... So it's OD versus IvD. IvD is currently up 1-0. I'm Zukovsky. With me we have Colors, who I didn't let speak last time.
No, you didn't.
Sorry.
It's okay. No, it's not.
She's upset, but she'll forgive me at some point, maybe.
Maybe.
But actually, you know, we had a plan, but I'm going to negate that plan. And because I didn't let you talk, why don't you go ahead and say who we actually have here. Let me make sure. Kieran's... Yeah, alright. Who do we have?
Okay. In the top left, we have this nice pretty color in green. Our nice little Protoss, OneAKing. That's a fun name to say, OneAKing from Clan OD. And who do we have in the bottom?
Spawning in the bottom right of Akalon Wastes from Clan IvD Gaming. You saw him take out a Zerg last game. Let's see how he fares against a Protoss. We have our red Zerg RoachKing.
Yay, RoachKing.
So, you saw last game, Colors.
Game. Yes.
You saw ZVZ. You saw RoachKing kind of just like see what was going on in his opponent's base, and then just kind of basically blind counter that because the opponent's Zerg was being really, really greedy. He didn't see any Zerglings coming at the beginning, so he was like, okay. I mean, he even got to the point where he was trying to take a really fast third base. Mm-hmm. And then he just, he got punished by a sudden wave of troops coming from the IvD player. But this is a different matchup, a matchup which you might have experience with as a Protoss player. So we're in a PvZ now. Given what you saw from RoachKing last game, do you think there's anything that could transition from the ZVZ into this ZVP here?
Can I be biased because of his name?
No.
Oh. Well...
Because OneAKing is a pretty cool name, too.
Well, yes.
It's like Dovahkiin, but not.
Well, we have two kings playing against each other.
It's... Ooh. We could play this as, like, a regal battle for, like, Great Britain or something, right?
Yeah.
These are the two lords of county of Akalon Wastes. They're fighting over a desert.
They are fighting over a desert.
I'm not sure what the value is in fighting over a desert.
It could be a nice desert, even though there's carcasses everywhere.
I mean, you know, having quality rib cages is a good feature for landscape. Everyone hold it together. We've got this. All right. But anyway, so like in the ZVZ, getting back to my question, we saw like really nice map awareness and really like kind of just straight countering up a build. But I mean, in PvZ, especially with what we see going on right now, we're having a Forge Fast Expand on Akalon, which, to note, is the only thing you can do on Akalon because otherwise you just end up with a bunch of Zerglings in your base, which I'm sure you understand. You understand Zerglings in your base?
I do. It makes me want to cry.
Yeah, I mean, he has a cannon. It's Forge Fast Expand, so he should be safe. In theory, when you Forge Fast Expand, it's a really defensive play. You kind of turtle up, and what you can run into problems with is roach all-ins. I don't know. Have you done roach all-in? Have you been roach all-in?
Yes.
Help me out here. All right.
Yes, roaches and hydras.
So how do you stop roaches? How do you stop roaches?
Many stalkers and zealots?
No.
No, I don't. I'm still bronze, so you can't really ask me for tactics. I just make things.
Do you think roaches are cute? Lower level question.
A little.
Okay.
I think Zerglings are cuter, though.
All right. There you have it, folks. We have Zerglings.
This is my professional opinion, of course.
As your professional opinion, I mean, like, what's going on? We have another third base going down. So it's not going to be a roach all-in coming from RoachKing here. We have third base. Gas on the way from our Protoss at all four bases. Actually, gas complete at all four bases. So tech play should be coming up here. Yep, we're going to be having double Stargate going down from OneAKing. I mean, Stargate's really good in PvZ, especially against roaches. Because roaches just can't. I mean, sometimes you'll see them like kind of roll over and try and shoot up, but in the end, roaches can't shoot up the acid. Like, if anything, like they vomit into their own throat, and it's like, and then they kill themselves.
I've actually never seen that. It would be very interesting to see.
It's Yeah, you just have to watch very closely and have your graphics on Unreal.
Unreal.
And then your roaches just start like doing barrel rolls.
I'll be sure to do that next time I play.
Yeah, but I mean, in the meantime, with actual stuff going down, you see this, I'm sure. What do we have?
We have cute little zerglings moving across the map. I have to say they're cute. Come on, see?
But we've already said they were cute. All right, okay.
So I can say they're cute again.
So, okay, they are cute, but that's beside the point. I mean, he forged fast expanded, he has a zealot in position, he has a cannon in position. He should be fine. He's going to be having 2 void rays coming out.
But he is not taking the zealots up there.
Well, no, I mean, okay.
All
right, the wall off. Yeah, I mean, he knows that he can't get into the natural, basically. What he's doing right now is he wants to try and prevent OneAKing from getting a 3rd base. That's RoachKing's entire plan at this moment is, I invested money in these Zerglings, now they have to do something, so what they're going to do is they're going to try and pick off some probes if the base already existed, or keep the base from going down if it already doesn't exist. And if you notice, on the flip side, we have OneAKing's Void Ray. It's going to be poaching around the map right now, along with the one up north, and they're going to actually be picking off some Overlords. A nice pick off there for RoachKing. Yeah, that Overlord going down. Thank you, Karen. Proving my point. Yes, camera. But yeah, the Zerglings are going to be forced to retreat because Void Rays.
Because Void Rays are scary.
Yeah, but can you think of why Void Rays are scary?
Because they have really big laser beams. They just fry you.
From an analytical standpoint?
No.
Okay.
I just see what I see and then say what I see. It works.
Alright.
So what is your analytical standpoint?
The analytical standpoint is the only unit in Zerg early game that can shoot up as a queen. So Void Rays have like entire map dominance the whole like until Hydralisks get out basically, or Mutalisks, and until Yogi stops lagging. Bis fast fast. I think that's how you would read that. I don't know if that. I don't know what Curran's professional opinion is.
Maybe it's
Swedish. Marcus, come read this.
I don't think Marcus can hear you.
Marcus will hear me in 3 minutes. I bet you.
Okay.
All right.
Then we'll get a message.
Well, he'll be like, "Well, you read this by."
I do believe that maybe OneAKing is looking for some mutas, because I do see phoenixes up there. And phoenixes are nice.
Yeah, I mean, your analysis is astounding.
Well, whenever I see mutas, I make phoenixes.
Yeah, that's actually really good as far as that. But it's also it's a deterrent. Protoss hate Mutalisks, just generally speaking. Like, as a Protoss, I can tell you Mutalisks might be the worst unit known to Protoss kind.
I hate mutas, and I'm a Protoss.
Curran's a Protoss, but he hates mutas too. But Phoenixes, like, so, I mean, oftentimes you'll see people go for the early Stargate. You don't actually see double Stargate that often, but I mean, why not? Kind of, like, if you can... He's staying back on 2 bases, so he's going to go really heavy air, and then going to go ahead, and after he's secured the map with the Void Rays, take the 3rd. But the Phoenixes, they can kind of just, they can be used as a deterrent from Mutalisks. As you can see, like, RoachKing actually isn't going for Mutalisk. He's going for, like, a Ling Hydra, kind of a more normal, less mobile composition. So, I mean, he even has this creep spread coming out. But, like, the Phoenixes... He reveals the Phoenixes, so it deters him from going Mutalisk. The Phoenixes can, like, get some picks off, maybe. They get really good reads. Like, he's going to maybe be able to get that Overlord. Probably not going to happen, though. But he knows exactly what's going on now. But the problem is there's an army moving across the map. And it's going to start knocking on the door of the 3rd. Cannons and pylons going down here. But the cannons going to finish in time. It's going to be fine. Void Ray is going to start on the Hydralisks. The overcharge, not the overcharge, the alignment doesn't actually do anything to the Hydralisks, but it's the button and you push the button.
You push the button.
Hey, you push the button. But, I mean, RoachKing, okay, so RoachKing made a push, right? He lost a whole lot of units there and really didn't gain anything from that. So he's kind of in a difficult position. He has to either try and get some damage done again, which really probably wouldn't pan out that well, or he can go ahead and say, all right, now I'm going to try and get up even another base and try and recover from that, because he's behind in units now.
Oh.
All right. But OneAKing's doing something interesting too. Courtney was like trying to mouth words at me. But there's these things that are being produced from OneAKing's face. Do you know what those things are? I know you don't know what a baneling nest is, but do you know what those things are?
Carriers?
Yes.
Carriers are shiny.
Carriers are shiny, and like that's all they are.
Yes.
Normally speaking, you like never see carrier, but I mean this could be like this is. I promise you, this is OneAKing's own build. This isn't like because no one. I mean, going double carrier like isn't a thing, but
right.
Now you're good at math, so I'll give you some math here, which you might be able to do.
I hope so.
So do you know how upgrades work, right?
Yes.
Like you add one to whatever.
Is
like
this
to
about
each
your
attack.
whole nitpickiness about the number of upgrades you need to efficiently use carriers?
No. This is just about carriers and how good upgrades are.
Okay.
Carriers have 8 interceptors each.
Yeah.
Those interceptors each have 2 attacks.
Okay.
So for every +1 upgrade, that's 16 more damage.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of damage.
It is a lot of damage.
So, like, I mean, he's getting up onto +2. I believe that's what this. Yeah, that's +2. Coming down for him here. So this is going to be really potent, especially if RoachKing doesn't see what's going on. And he doesn't really seem that prepared for it. He's going up to a 5th base. We're going to see, I mean, there's only 2 carriers on the map. There's 2 more Stargates going down.
And there's 3 more Stargates going down.
There's 3 more Stargates going down. There's another one. No, there's 3 more Stargates going down. So, I mean, he's going to be up on 5. He might stick with just carriers. It looks like that might be his play here. But, I mean, there's Spire and Ultralisk going down for RoachKing. Spire could be okay. Corruptors are decent versus carriers, but, I mean, Ultralisk aren't going to help versus carriers at all. They're going to deal rather handily with the ground units, but, I mean, after the ground's done, if OneAKing still has the skies, all his strong and DPS units are still in the sky. Now, RoachKing might know he's going carrier now. You can see the animation inside the starport while it's building the stuff. So you can see that carriers are in production. We'll see if he actually does respond to that. The Ultralisk Cavern is still going to be going down, but there's 5 carriers in production at a time from OneAKing right now. And I mean, it's carrier cannon is basically his build. He has almost no ground army. And in fact, like in the units tab, we see it's a Zealot, a Sentry, 4 carriers, 4 Void Raiders, and 2 Phoenixes, and a Mothership Horde. That's like, there's no ground army. The Ultralisks are going to be completely useless except for dealing with cannons. And there's a lot of cannons on this map.
There are a lot of cannons. It's a beautiful cannon wall, though. Honestly, I really like cannon walls, even though a lot of people tell me they're not necessary. Especially in PvZs.
Most of the time, I don't want cannon walls. Under this circumstance, he's going carrier. So I'm okay with the cannon wall because he's going carrier.
You just had the most evil smile.
Dude, he's going carrier. He needs to start building interceptors in these carriers, but he's going carrier. That's kind of, I mean, right, so.
Obviously, somebody really likes carriers.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, here's going to be a problem. RoachKing has Infestor tech up. Pathogen Glands is almost done. Infestor is going to be coming out. And Fungal Growth is really good against air units and carriers. So it's going to be a little tricky. The reason you don't actually see carrier that much is they're really, really squishy. What that means is they die really, really, really easily. Ooh, Mothership coming up too, but we'll get to that. So carriers are squishy. Don't worry about the word itself. But carriers will die really fast. So if you can get in on the carriers, then you're in trouble. Carriers have really long range with the interceptors, the launching interceptors, yada, yada, yada. But if you can kill the carrier, then all the interceptors die, and it's all moot. But with the Mothership, what OneAKing's trying to do here is he's just saying, all right, and I'm going to get even another form of defense for my carriers. You will not be able to see them, but Fungal Growth can be used on invisible things, and it will make them visible. So it's going to be, Infestors are still going to be really good. There's also going to be Spore Crawlers going down. So, I mean, RoachKing is basically just going for an all anti-air defense. You see none of the Ultralisks in production, but he's ready for a really fast change to Ultralisk once he takes care of the air army.
I also noticed, I'm sorry for your little rant, that an Oracle did come onto the map, but I'm not sure where exactly that is or why. Okay,
there's a couple. I mean, Oracle's detection. It's a form of detection.
Okay.
He has no observers, so Oracle can be really important for dealing with burrowed units. It can also be really good, like in an engagement, you can send it around the back and just pick off all the production. But like as we can see now, OneAKing's maxed on Carrier, Void Ray, and he has a mothership. So this is actually Protos's ideal army. I'm going to go ahead and say that Protoss want air because their air is the best in the game and air is so good. So it's going to be interesting because I mean, it's hard for me to say what'll happen because I have never ever seen this fight that. So we'll see what happens here. I mean, like, I'm as clueless as you guys. Spore crawlers aren't that good against stuff that's not biological. They're really good against mutalisks now. But I mean, like, you can just go around them. And yeah, he's going to be in here. He's going to pick off all these spore crawlers before they go down. It's max Carrier, max Void Ray cloaked. In production, we should be seeing Overseers. We're going to be having Hydralisk count climbing. No Overseers in production, actually, which could be kind of a problem, but I mean, they would get picked off so fast anyway. But another thing with the Oracle, it helps pick off creep. So here we go. You've got Vipers, and he could. Does he have? Oh no, he doesn't. If he had Neural Parasite, that would actually be so much better. But okay, Mothership Force down. Bungled Growth going down. Hydralisks are really good. Carriers are really, really good though, and yeah, 192 supply still. RoachKing supply plummeting down to 122. Carrier is a really, really good composition if you're left alone long enough to get it. And yeah, this RoachKing coming back from this in production, we have 27 Hydralisks. That's not going to do anything. I mean, in Brood War, carriers were really, like, they were what you wanted. Because you could hit a critical massive carrier and you could not be touched. Evidently, that's still a thing here in StarCraft 2. They're not seen as often, and OneAKing going to be taking a really clean and easy victory there, being left behind so long that he maxed out on Carrier.
And you like carriers?
They're the best unit that Protoss can build.
I kind of wish I would see more of them. You just have to be left alone long enough to use them.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not left alone, if you're picked on, then you could die. But RoachKing left OneAKing alone for so long, it didn't matter. OneAKing could do whatever he wanted. He could have built a butterfly armada